Want to see the intro? We're not going to do the intro. Whew. It's technology, man. It's crazy. But what's up, cuz? Yo, cuz. Welcome to the Talk Man Radio Show Live without the intro. You just had to wait a little bit. But we're good. We're good. So, it's just a crazy day. It's just crazy. I mean, how else? How else are you going to come and say it's crazy? So, welcome to the Talk Man Radio Show Live. We're talking fantasy football tonight. Big news today that I'm sure you've seen or heard of that kind of switched the show around a little bit. So, what we're going to talk about is the trade first and the fantasy impact on that, which is obvious because if you saw what happened, they're moving up first round picks, top 3 picks. So, you know something's going on there. We're going to talk a topic. I'm going to stay as fantasy football oriented as I can on this. We're going to talk Deshaun Watson fantasy impact, what's going on there. And then I'm going to give you top 5 free agents for 2021. Guys who got picked up, you got to watch them. Got to put them on your list. So, before we get into all that, 12-Ounce Sports, what's up? And 12OunceSportsRadio.com. Don't forget those guys. 12-Ounce Sports got the lockdown on social media, at least the major ones, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Go to 12OunceSports.com. If you're not already signed up, sign up, subscribe, friend them, everything you can to get all this. You know, it's new media sports here. So check it out. And don't forget, you can always catch Talkman Radio Show live here every Friday, 6 o'clock. I ain't going nowhere. As long as people playing fantasy football, we'll be talking about it. So we got that 6 p.m. every Friday right here on 12-Ounce Sports, of course. Got to love those guys. You can catch them streaming on 12-Ounce Sports on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Or you can subscribe to Talkman Radio on YouTube, and you can catch the clips of the show over the weekend. I usually clip the show over the weekend that just passed, like tonight. I should be doing it this weekend, and I haven't done it in like 2 weeks. Got a lot of craziness going on. It's just crazy. So, subscribe. We're going to get back rolling on this. Probably maybe I'll see if I can throw some things down this weekend. Maybe something from this show, just to keep it up to date, especially with the trades going on. So it's still going to be news. So maybe I'll do those over the weekend if I can find some time. It's just crazy. But Talkman Radio on YouTube. Subscribe. Get it up. And don't forget to always check it out here. So the rundown, like I said, I'm doing the trade. I'll have to talk about the trade. Deshaun Watson fantasy impact and the top 5 free agents. Also, 12-Ounce Sports. Just want to take a moment to tell you about 12-Ounce Sports. You know the action's officially back on. 12-Ounce Sports is your home for the best live talk shows covering all aspects of the sporting world and live game broadcasts. With Zingo TV adding 12-Ounce Sports to their long list of channels, you can now catch my show and all the others on Zingo TV channel 761. All you got to do is download Zingo TV and use the promo code 12-Ounce. That's 120Z. 120Z. When signing up. It's that simple. Be sure to check out our latest blogs and podcasts as well on 12OunceSportsRadio.com. What's up? Yo, what up, yo? So, we're going to take this in 2 steps. And the first step's a lot more interesting anyway. So let's talk about San Fran. So they went from 12 to 3. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what happened. In case, you just heard it. The banner headline is 49ers acquire third overall pick from the Dolphins. Miami gets 12 2 future firsts. So they gave up a lot. They got to know something. You're not giving up all that. Well, maybe this guy will be there. You're not doing that. 49ers traded up from the 12th pick to the 3rd overall to deal with the Miami Dolphins. Ian Rappaport reported Friday. Miami gets a 12th pick, a 3rd round pick, and 1st round picks in 2022 and 2023. The Dolphins then trade, and then we go into the next trade. So the 49ers are now sitting at number 3. Now, this whole deal went down when, who was it, Lynch? Lynch was at the BYU thing for Zach Wilson, the BYU Pro Day, I guess. Or I don't know if it was a special thing with just Zach Wilson, but he was at BYU today. So maybe they were, taking a look at some of the wide receivers he's throwing to, if any of them got any juice to him. But is it weird that he's watching this kid work out and they're going, trade up? I don't think this kid's going to be there. I don't think that kid is going to be there. Every time I see a picture, like little Mormon kid. I don't know if he's Mormon or not. But he's always like, yeah. Bring him over to New York. It's just the gutter of the world. Strip joints every night. They're going to destroy that kid. But, so picking third, unless they have an in that says they're going with, the Jets are going with somebody, they're keeping Darnold, or they're going with somebody else. It looks like it's set up for Wilson to go to the Jets. That means who's going number 3? It's obviously not it's obviously not Lawrence, and it's obviously not Wilson. So you got to figure it's one of the other guys. Now I saw a mock draft. Now this is just like, I guess it was about 2 minutes after this happened, and I'm not sure what's going on. I'm sure we're going to find out in the next day or two what they're looking at. But I got this Yahoo Sports has the 49ers going with Trey Lance. Trey Lance at number 3. This is post, obviously it's post the trade. Trey Lance. They really like that small school kid that much to bring him in, to get rid of all that, 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick. For a third-round pick, it's nothing to sneeze at either. And this is for the 3rd pick overall. The 3rd. God knows what Jacksonville could get for Trevor Lawrence at number 1. They can have somebody's whole draft if they wanted to. So, Trey Lance. Now, in terms of who else is out there, you got Justin Fields. I'm not a big fan of Justin Fields. What's the guy, Dwayne Haskins, I still got a bad taste in my mouth from Dwayne Haskins. I was never a big fan of Ohio State quarterbacks. So, and I don't even follow college football that much. And I know, hold your horses on Ohio State quarterbacks. From what the hell is that guy's name? The guy from the Eagles. He was from Ohio State. Not Hoyer. I forget. Whoever that guy was, he was from Ohio State. He stunk. Now, it looks like those are the only 4 guys they have really going. They only did like the first 12 picks up to the Eagles pick. So there's still Mac Jones out there. There's still, well, that's it, Mac Jones. And then it kind of takes a fall in the talent department, at least from where the draft nicks are coming from, which I'm going to get into a little more later in the show. So I did some research. So that's they got their eye on somebody. And if you don't think if it's Zach Wilson, do they have the inside scoop? You can't give away all these guys. All right. Like, I'm sure we're going to figure out who they like. Is it Trey Lance? Maybe. But the issue here is how much fantasy impact is this going to have? Not much. I think they're going to explain it to Jimmy G. Listen, here's the deal. You come in, you play. You don't get hurt. Play a whole year. End of the year, you'll get you still got a nice contract here. Somebody will take that contract because they're going to need a quarterback, and you can go somewhere else. And we're good to go. You get hurt during the year, don't worry. We got a backup. We got the kid. So there's not really a lot of fantasy value here from the 49ers standpoint, whoever they're picking. It doesn't matter who they pick. Fantasy-wise, you have your starting quarterback. Unless this is a Tony Romo situation, like with Dak Prescott, where, all right, you're going to sit back here, we're good. Okay, he just got cracked in half. Get in there. You're playing all season. All right, coach. Unless that happens, this guy has almost no fantasy value until he gets picked up. And maybe somebody drafts him if they really feel confident about their quarterback situation and their team and their depth. Maybe they take him if they think, they want to get a jump on this guy. That's reaching a little bit. I used to do that once in a while and then I found out my team stunk. I'm dumping guys. So it's going to be interesting to find out who they have their eye on. But that's a lot to give up. And honestly, not a lot of fantasy value. I know that's not what they're looking at it for, but that's what this show's about, so that's why I'm bringing it up. So Trey Lance, whoever they pick, has almost no fantasy value because you're going to be a backup. So that's how that's shaken out from the 49ers standpoint. Now we're going to do the Eagles next, and then we'll do Miami overall because they made out the best. But before we do that, we talk about my bookie. We got sports back pretty much every day now. And if you want to support the 12-ounce sports team, there's an easy way to get in on the action. There's action to get in on. 12-ounce sports is going to hook you up with a crazy deal when you sign up and make your first deposit on mybookie.ag. When you make that first deposit on mybookie.ag, they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 when you punch in the promo code 12-ounce sports. That's 12OZ sports, all caps, no spaces, when signing up on mybookie.ag to get your deposit matched up to $1,000. Remember, always gamble responsibly. The bones! Rolling the bones, cuz! Yo, cuz! 7 out. So, we got through what the 49ers have given up. Now we're going to look at what the Eagles have given up. Because everybody seems to be giving up to the Dolphins. So Miami acquired the 6th pick and 156th pick, which is a 5th-round pick, from the Eagles in exchange for number 12, moving back 6 spots, which was the 49ers pick. Number 123, a 4th-round pick, so they get, they traded away a 5th, got a 4th, and a 2022 first-round pick. So basically, you're moving back a little bit. And you're saying, all right, here's the deal. We're in rebuild mode. We're not going to go after one of these. Now, and I'm going to show you something in a minute. Or at least I'll explain it to you. You have to kind of imagine it in your head. So what they're going to do is we're going to stink this year. We're telling you we're going to stink this year. Hopefully, we find some guys in this wreckage that are good and we'll build with them. But so far, who do you have on the Eagles with a rookie head coach, second-year quarterback that we don't know what he's going to do, second-year wide receiver who's basically the best wide receiver you got. We don't even know what he can do. He didn't play a lot last year. When you could have picked up probably one of the top 3 receivers who all have really good grades. Not that I put much into wide receiver grades. We'll see what happens. But you're telling everybody, all right, next year, don't worry, because next year we'll probably have the 6th pick again. If not, somewhere around there. And we'll get this other pick. But here's the funny part about that. The 2022 pick, the Eagles get the 12th pick, a 4th-round selection season, and a 2022 first-round pick. The Eagles' first-round pick acquired in 2022 would be Miami's, not the one the Dolphins received from the 49ers. Yeah, we'll take that one. You can have this pick. We're expecting to be somewhere around the late teens, early 20s, unless things fall apart. Because the Dolphins, they look like they're getting their shit together, man. I said it last year. I kind of like them going into it with no running game. But I think they're going to surprise you a little bit with that. And I'll talk about that. But so far for the Eagles, basically they're telling you, we're going to pick up, I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up like a guard or something like that, or a safety, or, they need help in so many areas. They probably Probably a defensive player. You know, you got to figure the running back is set. The quarterback is set there. One wide receiver spot is set. If one of those three drops, I could see them taking him because I think that's where they were thinking before this trade fell in their lap. Because you've got three guys there that could be, you know, number one wide receivers. So my guess is they're going to go defense or offensive line or take one of the wide receivers if they drop. That's where they would go. So the wide receiver, if he were to drop, would be probably the best wide receiver on this team and would, you know, he would garner a draft pick, a fantasy pick. I mean, around this area, he would probably go, especially if he has a good, you know, spring training or something like that. Then it's just going to be like, oh, this guy. Everybody's creaming their pants. Oh, my God. Wait till you see what happens. It's going to be Donovan and T.O. again. Yo, cuz. That's all you're going to hear. All you're going to hear. But that's if that happens. I don't think that's going to happen, actually. I think those three guys are going to go pretty early. But you never know. Eternal optimist of the Eagles fan. Now, the big winner is Miami, obviously. They got 2 picks that they're keeping. We're keeping these 2 picks. And who knows where they're going to be. San Fran's a little up and down, but they're up and down because of their quarterback play. That's been the big thing. When Jimmy G was playing last year, and I think he played 15 games or 14 games or something like that. I can look it up, but who cares? Either way, he played the majority of the games. He made it to the freaking Super Bowl. So obviously him being there, or at least having a functional quarterback, is a big part of this. It's a big part of them, them having success. As much as they run the ball, we need a quarterback back there that can do something. So that's why they made this move anyway. So now, if something goes wrong, okay, we got another top 10 pick, and we're expecting to be in the 20s, 19s. So, and, you're not even getting any fantasy value out of the pick. If you're a fantasy player in San Francisco, it's kind of like, damn it! I was hoping we would get somebody. So, Miami is just stockpiling. I mean, that's Bill Belichick right there, taking picks. And they're taking this 3rd overall pick, which is Houston's, which they got for Larry Tunsil. And now they're turning this into first-round picks next year. And the year after, 2 more picks, a 3rd-rounder. They're getting, and they're using the proceeds from that when they took 12 to get back in and still getting 6 and only having to give up their own first-round pick when they have 2 ones that are probably going to be better. So they're obviously stockpiling picks. Being at number 6, they're in the driver's seat to go get Chase, a DeVonta Smith, or Waddell. I think those are the 3 guys. Those are the 3 wide receivers that'll make an impact. That's like right there. That's right there for them. And then once they get that, because I said it last year, I don't like any. I mean, I was never the wide receiver there for Miami. Devontae Parker. That's it. Sometimes I got to put it in. I was never a Devontae Parker fan. Even when he had that crazy 6 games with Fitzy 2 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, that was. I played against him. I don't think the guy he might have beat me. I don't remember, but that was just nuts. I was like, that ain't happening. And then he shot up all the draft boards. I was like, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. You don't really know where they're going to go with these picks. If they're going to take a running back, not with the 6th pick, but with one of these extra picks, I keep an eye on Miami taking a running back, maybe one of these extra picks. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Miami's just moving around the board like they own it. They're pass and go. They're collecting their 200. They're collecting the Eagles 200. I think everybody's 200. Good moves, Miami. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But can't complain if you're a Miami fan. You know what else you can't complain about? Zingo TV. You can't complain about Zingo TV. Check out Zingo TV. It's free, like I tell you every week. Please use the promo code 12ounce. It really helps us out when you do that. 12 Ounce Sports is channel 761. And you can always check out some of the other sports channels, music channels, and all the other channels that they have based on whatever kind of things that you like, movies. But you got to check it out, and it's free. Like I tell you, every week it's free. So sign up and use the promo code 12ounce. That's 120Z on Zingo TV. It's free. I can't rhyme to you every week until you do it. You got to do it. So sign up. So, I want to get into the Deshaun Watson deal. I really just want to get into the fantasy impact it's going to have. And I'm going to throw a conspiracy theory at you. And we're going to talk about where it goes if things go sour. Which they could. We'll find out what happens, but who knows. So, what's going on? What's going on here? In case you've been living in a ditch, or you just woke up from a coma, and you're, because you got buried up so much in fantasy football, all right, next season, what happens? Here's what happens. There are, as of yesterday, we get 16 lawsuits against this dude. Now, are they real? Who knows? Gotta find out. But that's a lot. Here's, I'm gonna make another thing I want to change in this show. I wish I had any kind of, if I was good at any of this stuff, but I'm gonna get somebody to do this. I always have these little theories. I'm sure we all have them, especially when it comes to watching football and watching all this crap. And I got this conspiracy theory in my head when I saw what was going on. I was kind of following it a little bit on YouTube. But I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. And then the numbers started piling up. And then I was thinking, timing is very, very important. And all of a sudden, after this, if you follow, you saw what happened in the offseason. I don't want to play here anymore. I mean, my guess is he doesn't play here because we traded all the good guys, or they left in free agency, or they're getting ready to retire. Or we traded them, whatever. We brought in a bunch of scrubs. Yo, cuz. What you doing? So that's where I'm kind of thinking that he's going. I don't want to play here with nobody. So now he wants to go and do the social justice thing and say he wants to get out of here. You didn't sign Eric Bieniemy. Well, now I want to get out of here. You want to trade me to another team that didn't sign Eric Bieniemy either. So I kind of think there's I just don't want to play here anymore. It's too whacked out. Plus, it looks like the organization a little out there, guys. But what I was thinking, here's my thought on it. Now he said I'm not staying here no more, and I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it. Maybe somebody could, text it to 12 Ounce Sports or something. They'll get it to me. Or I'll put this out there on my YouTube channel, and then you can leave a comment. If they get him, and are these criminal suits? I think these are civil suits. These aren't criminal suits. These are civil suits. If they get him on a civil suit, and then the NFL says, we can't have you doing that, and you're going to be suspended. Do they get their money back? Or at least do they get any pressure taking off Houston, the Texans I'm talking about, pressure taking off the salary cap? Because they are blown out in the salary cap. So I was wondering, do you think the Houston Texans just got tired of this guy and said, I'm not trading, and just figured, we ain't trading you nowhere. We drafted you. You've been here all this time. We ain't trading you nowhere. I'm going to go into my little spy book and say, all right, who do we know? Who do we know in the Houston area? We know he likes to get massages here. Do we know anybody else? Let's go look for somebody else. And they send their little spies out, because every big organization has spies. And they find some of these girls. Hey, what's going on? Maybe it happened. Maybe it didn't happen. maybe you thought something was going on or something else wasn't going on. Either way, they get these accusations out there. And they're thinking maybe they could save some money if we can get this guy, put on a list or something like that. That's my crazy conspiracy theory. The Houston Texans are behind all this because they want to save some money and then just start the rebuild with a second-round pick. They don't even get a first-round pick. They should have the third pick. Or they should be getting a new quarterback. Now we screwed all that up, and now we're gonna run this guy through the blades. Like, ugh. So that's my crazy. Now, the chances of that happening, way closer to zero. Way closer to zero. But I was like, that's pretty crazy. So there's my crazy conspiracy theory about what's going on with Deshaun Watson. Like the Houston Texans said all this whole big conspiracy theory by the Houston Texans. And I don't know, maybe I'll do some more conspiracy theories because that was out there. So we'll see. But it's not great what's going on there in Houston. It's just a total nightmare. And we actually get into, if he stays, he's probably going to still be around the same, draft pick because he's just that good, freaking guy. So, yeah, even with some bad, not a lot, and I'm gonna get into what they did in free agency. So, but before that, hold on. Want to get an inside look at recreational sports betting? Then check out the Vegas Squares podcast brought to you by 12 Ounce Sports. Catch them every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Zingo TV, channel 761. And again on Wednesday night for the golf betting show. Check out the website at lvsquares.com. That's Vegas Squares exclusively on 12 Ounce Sports, Zingo TV, don't forget. And check out James and the Agent, Wednesdays 8 to 9:30. You can also replay this show every Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. Now let's get into the actual, more reality-based Deshaun Watson issues. So I don't know if he's going to play. Let's take it so that he's not going to play. Let's take it that they come up with something and they say this is too crazy. We can't have you out here playing. We got to suspend you. If they suspend him for any portions, they suspend him for 8 games. It might as well not even happen. Doesn't even make sense. I mean, I guess he's still going to get drafted, but you're not going to draft. He's not going to get drafted in the same area he was going to drafted if he would have played a full season. That's just easy. So, what are we going to do? Who's going to be our quarterback? Well, free agencies tell you anything. I'm going to go over. Now they traded. Well, I'm not going to go. I'm going to do that last. They got a center. They got Justin Britt from the Seahawks. They picked him up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's not bad. He's more and he got hurt. So in 2019, this one. Wait to hear this one. In case you're not familiar with who the Houston Texans have been working the phones on in free agency, they're calling up Dante Moncrief. Yup, that guy. I mean, I've been saying this for years. Dante Moncrief, he had one game. With Andrew Luck. And I started him in that game. And then, this guy's going to be the man. This guy. Now, I may have started him after that, but I did start him in that one game he played when the guy who's played for the Giants played, and he was out, and he'd stepped in. He had 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 catches, something like that. I remember watching it on NFL.com, just like, when you see the boop, it was just boop, 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 into the end zone, all thrown to this guy. I'm like, that guy's the man. That's it. That's the end of his career. But he's still retreading, and now he's hanging out in Houston. Dante Moncrief. Vernon Hargraves, and the quarterback, working on that defense. They need help everywhere. A punter. They picked up a punter. We got a punter. We're good. I hope he has a strong leg. He's going to be doing a lot of that. He's going to be doing a lot of that next year. Christian Kirksey, I kind of like that dude. He's a linebacker. Mark Ingram, they picked up. He's the only guy that so far that I can see, if Watson does not come back, which it's possible, at least for next year, I don't want to say I like him. He's going to get drafted no matter what. He's a 4-yard per carry back. He's been that way for 5-6 years. So I'm not going to sit here and say that he's going, he's getting 1,000 yards this year or anything crazy like that. But I do think he does have value because I think the way they're going to want to run the ball next year is going to be just, you run the ball, you're tired, okay, get out. You get in there, you run the ball, you're tired, get out. Are you still tired? Okay, get that other guy. You get in there, you run the ball. They're just going to run the ball next year. I don't think they have a choice, really, because especially if they don't have a quarterback, because I'm going to get to it, who they got going on, what they got going on a quarterback as of 6:32 on the 26th of March. But Mark Ingram, I do like him, and I probably will draft him if he falls enough. They still got David Johnson there, but he was meh. I just don't think David Johnson has it anymore. He was shot last year. Yeah, here you go. Here's the running back position. Then he didn't do anything with it. So, and that other running back they got, Philip Lindsay. We'll just throw him in there. You notice they're picking up a lot of running backs here, and I like Philip Lindsay. He's a little pepper pot, as the Mad Dog used to say, a little pepper pot. So I like how many running backs they have. I just don't think that. I think David Johnson's too old. I think Philip Lindsay's too small. I think Mark Ingram's going to be the one who gets the most carries. I think it's going to kind of turn into a Lindsay. Now, I think there's going to be plenty of carries to go around to make one of these guys viable, and then the backup as a handcuff. We're going to have to figure that out as the preseason goes along. But I'm looking at this like Mark Ingram, David Johnson, no matter what the depth chart on NFL.com says, I don't care. I'm looking at Mark Ingram. He's way more reliable than David Johnson. David Johnson's going to end up, he still has the pass catching ability, so you can use him in that way. And Philip Lindsay has the little scat back, change pace back, because he can do that real good. And there's your running back stable. And that's the only value I see. I mean, they got rid of Kenny Stills last year, who, not that Kenny Stills is anything great. He was the NFL wide receiver at least. And they just let Will Fuller go. I don't even know who else they got there now. Brandon Cooks, you'll never sell me on that guy. Randall Cobb, I don't think's there anymore. Yeah, it's a joke over there. So they're gonna, like I said, this is gonna be a running team and just run. And I like Mark Ingram's chances there. Now, well, we're not done yet. Let's keep going. Kevin Pierre Lewis, a linebacker. Meh. Desmond King, another cornerback. They're trying to pick up cornerbacks and defensive players in free agency. I'm not a big fan of that. Their defense got good when it was at its best from guys they drafted. J.J. Watt, that stable of linebackers. The Houston Texans had a linebacking core like every year. They were just rookie of the year. Now Brian Cushing, I think he was a roid head. I saw something on YouTube with Brian Cushing just I'm like, all right, all right, fine. It's a roid head, but it's crazy. Now that I know you can't have a good defense forever. Look at how far Seattle fell. They had the best defense. Defense won the Super Bowl, and now that's their weak link in Seattle. But so far, I see them trying to work, trying to maintain some level of defense by bringing these guys in. All right, let them play it out, see if we can build it up a little bit on defense. But you still got a problem up front. Pick Andre Roberts. We got a kick returner. We're good. We got guys kicking, returning kicks. Andre Roberts, who can also jump in there and catch a few balls. Kame Grugier Hill, linebacker. Okay, see, they're building up that defense. Malik Collins, defense tackle. Terrence Brooks, safety. Joe Thomas, linebacker. Justin McCray, guard. And that looks like it. It looks like that's about it. So they're playing heavy on defense. Let me go back up. I'm going to read you this. So they're playing heavy on defense in the free agency market. But in the quarterback market, they went and picked up Tyrod Taylor. We need Tyrod Taylor over here. We need some Taylor. We need some Tyrod Taylor. Now, they've also, through a trade, acquired Ryan Finley. In case you don't know who Ryan Finley was, he's a Bengal backup who they thought was going to come in and be the heir apparent to Andy Dalton a few years ago. That didn't happen. So, well, we'll take him. We'll take any quarterback. I don't care. Where's Johnny Manziel? We'll take him. We'll take all your crappy quarterbacks. Where's Joe? Where's Danucci? Where's the Danucci? We'll take that dude. We don't know what's going on with our quarterback so much. We'll take that dude. So, on their roster, they have Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Finley. That's their quarterback situation, if anything happens to Sean Watson. That's not great. I don't see the Houston Texans being a team that wants to go into next year's season with Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Finley. So, what's going to happen here then? Well, and I usually get to this, I'm definitely going to get to this closer to the draft, but actually I'm not. I'm going to save that. I'm going to tease it. We got some quarterback stuff. If you've been watching the show, you know how I do rookie quarterbacks, and we're going to do that probably in a couple of weeks. But in terms of quarterbacks, now I've just been talking about that. That's why the trade was such a good segue into this part of the show. So you've got these two quarterbacks. I don't think they feel comfortable going into the season with that. I see no value in either of those guys. So what are you going to do? Well, we'll go draft somebody. Okay, let's go draft somebody. Who's out there? Well, you got Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's going to be there. And mind you, you're picking in the second round. That's when you're picking. I think. I'm not even sure. Did they trade that too? When are they picking? They're picking sixth round? That's their first pick? I don't know. Talking like there's somebody here. Hey, there's nobody here. There's a wall. But let's say it's in their first pick is in the second round since they traded their first round pick around. It is going to be a high second round pick, but who's going to be there? You're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. You're not going to get Zach Wilson. If what they're saying in San Francisco so far, what I've seen now, it's very limited, they're looking at Trey Lance. You're not getting Trey Lance. Next, you're looking at Justin Fields. Now, I've already said, I've made my points pretty clear on Justin Fields. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. I got a bad taste in my mouth from Dwayne Haskins. So I probably wouldn't be big on Justin Fields, depending on where he went. Now, if he were to fall to Houston, beginning of the second round, yeah, you got some value there. And I don't know if I'm drafting him. I may draft him, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If he's there and they pick him, so the chance of that happening probably not that high. So what else are we looking at? Mac Jones. Mac Jones gonna fall? Maybe. Maybe I keep seeing him. I see him all over the place in these mock drafts and stuff like that. I see him in middle first round. I see him end of the outside of the top 10, 11, 12. I see him in the 20s. I see him at the end of the first round. So could Mac Jones fall to him? Maybe. If he did, you gotta give him some. I mean, is it possible you draft him? Yeah, maybe. If you're just, if you keep missing on quarterbacks in your draft, yeah, maybe you pick him up because he's going to be the starter, or at least he's going to be. They're going to do the Tyrod Taylor syndrome, the procedure that happens. What God? Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, and if they get Mac Jones, they'd be lucky to get Mac Jones. If they do that, then we're going to see that again, and maybe they're going to hope that Mac Jones turns into Justin Herbert. I don't know if that's going to happen, but let's say they don't get Mac Jones. Then what? What are we doing? Well, in the second round, you're probably not going to go for a quarterback in the second round because now we're looking at guys like Trask from. Here we go. Kyle Trask from Florida. Okay, he's got the size. He's got some decent size. 6'5", 239. You want to roll with him? You want to roll with him in the next season? Kyle Trask? I don't know. There's a big drop after Mac Jones. Davis Mills from Stanford. Good size, 6'4", 222. Gonna go with Davis Mills. He's got a draft grade in the millions. You want to go with that guy? Jamie Newman out of Georgia. Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M. Texas A&M, Houston, you got the whole area thing going on, maybe. But you're not going into the season. Kellen Mond, that's our boy. Give him the ball. Nah, that ain't happen, cuz. Now you're looking at Sam Ehlinger, Texas. You're looking at guys, So what are you going to do? You're probably going to take one of these guys, and they're probably going to get significant time out there on the field. If you get lucky, you'll take a Mac Jones if he falls. But for the most part, I don't know what the hell that is. But for the most part, I don't see this as being a good situation for anybody. The only guy I would even keep on my fantasy radar is Mark Ingram, just because, like I said, he's a running back, and running backs get a premium in every league. You better have running backs. Even David Johnson last year was on teams and starting. So that's what's going on. We all know that in fantasy football, you got to have running backs. But I see no value on this team if Deshaun Watson isn't playing. And the quarterback position next year, if he doesn't play, it's going to be laughable. Just laughable. And God forbid you have to get into you're starting Ryan Finley in your fantasy football league. Good luck to you. So, yeah, that's where we're going. That's where we're going here. The Houston's train wreck. They're a total train wreck. Okay, now I'm gonna do my thing. Biscotti Gourmet. Go to biscottigourmet.com. Biscotti Gourmet offers a new take on an old Italian tradition of soft-baked mini biscotti and many delightful flavors. Lemon's my favorite. I tell you that every week. Go to biscottigourmet.com. That's BITSCOTTI Gourmet, GOURMET.com, and use the promo code TALKMAN. It's a different promo code, TALKMAN, for 20% off your order. Any flavor is a wonderful compliment with your coffee in the morning or as a guilty pleasure treat. Oh, I know what that's making that noise. That's stupid. I have all these things open, and there's these videos that pop up. Just stupid commercials for nonsense. Every time you look at it, it's a truck. I don't know. Anyway. So, we've watched free agency go by, pretty much. The major guys are gone. There's still a lot of guys out there. Some of the major guys that haven't been picked up yet. I didn't want to look at that. Yeah, funny thing about the guys who have not been signed yet, Melvin Ingram, Andre Villanueva. Now they're a little older. Davion Clowney, 28. He ain't old. Eric Wilson. Austin Reeder. Russell Okung. Alden Smith. I don't know about that one. That's a crazy one. Ryan Kerrigan. That's a little surprising. The thing about all these guys are, they're all still out there. They're either going after the quarterback or protecting the quarterback. Why are they still out there? I mean, now a lot of these guys are in their 30s. Ryan Kerrigan's 32. Alden Smith's 31, and he's been out of the league for a while because he went crazy. So I get it why he's not signed. But Russell Okung is 32 years old. But, can't sign him to a backup position as an offensive tackle. Maybe does he have anything left? I don't know. I'm not a good scout. Eric Wilson, Edge, Davion Clowney. He's 28 years old. They were going after this guy balls to the wall last year. Now, whatever. That's a big change in sentiment, isn't it? Andrew Villanueva, he's a good player. He's 32 though. But I know not every Jason Peters played, tackle to their 40, but 32 isn't that bad. Maybe he's another one who they're just a little too old. But Melvin Ingram, he's 31. I get it, but he's another one. He can still rush a quarterback. It's weird how these guys are they priced out of the market? I don't know, but I just thought that was really weird that the top three guys, if you go to CBS Sports and see their top 100 free agency, who's got the guys that are left, Melvin Ingram, Andrew Villanueva, and Davion Clowney are in the top 50, and they're still out there. Unless that changed today, and I didn't hear about it. So, not that they make that big of a deal in fantasy, but they can get you some points for sacks. Sacks coming off the edge, that's a point right there. That's a point right there. Pick one off, run it in. That's 8 points. Sack, pick up the fumble, run it in is 9 points. So they can get all those points for you. But you know who's really going to get points for you? Offensive players. So I'm going to go over the top 5 if I can find them. Where did I put them? In there. These are the 5 guys so far in the free agency, and I don't think there's going to be much change in this top 5 going into next year. And I'll give you my reasoning why. The oldest guy, we'll start at number 5. Jonnu Smith going to New England. Now, I look like shit. I just want to get this out there. I look like shit because my razor broke, and I get all my razor stuff delivered. So I ordered a new razor like last week. This happened like a week ago. And I was like, yeah, send me a razor. Oh, we sent you razor. Send you razor. We sent it 17 weeks ago. Don't worry, it's coming. And then you go online. It's sent. Don't worry, it's on its way. Look, there's a picture of the razor. It's flying across the country. Come to get you. Fucking Friday, I didn't get my shit yet. I don't look like that's why I look like this. Just FYI, buddy. Yo, cuz. So, anyway. Number 5. A lot of guys playing leagues with a tight end. Now, this guy's going to be high on the list because he was last year, but people are going to be scared off of him because I went after him. I didn't get crap. I think this is a different year. Looking at Jonnu Smith at number 5, 25 years old, still young. 6'3", 248. Okay, we'll take it. Not there to block. Not there to block, buddy. Not there to block. So 5 years in the league. Came in with the Tennessee Titans 2017. He's got 114 carries, 1,300 yards, 11 yards per catch, and 16 touchdowns. He had 8 touchdowns last year. He's looking like he's getting there. You know, he wants to be a number 1 receiver. He did pretty well last year. I mean, he didn't do great, especially when, you know, we look at the tight ends like Darren Waller and Travis Kelce. But that stands up pretty well. 8 touchdowns, not bad. 41 for 448. Could use some help. Thought that was that. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to this. I keep getting this. All right, whatever. So, Jonnu Smith going to the Patriots. You've got Cam Newton back. He's going to be your starter most likely. And I don't think Jarrett Stidham is getting out there yet. Maybe he does next year. Even if he does, doesn't change the fact that tight ends are the best friend of young, inexperienced quarterbacks. They got the big range. They run the shorter routes. We're good to go. If Cam Newton does stay there, he's got plenty of history with Greg Olsen, having all-pro years, going back and forth with him, just bombing it to him. They have helped each other make fantasy years really good fantasy years together. So, Jonnu Smith moving in there, taking over that spot. Now, Hunter Henry's there too. Excuse me, but I don't think I think this is the guy they want. Hunter Henry gets hurt way too much. And I think this guy's a nose to the end zone. So my number 5 guy is going to be Jonnu Smith. You're going to need a tight end in your league most likely. Keep an eye on this guy and kind of see if you can squeeze him in somewhere where you know you'll get him, but you're not really reaching for him. I like this guy right here. So Jonnu Smith's number 5. 4. Now, I know you're going to laugh because I was making fun of the guy. But number 4, I'm going with Corey Davis. Not because I was making fun of Corey Davis. I mean, 6'3". I ain't making fun of this guy. He's 6'3", 209. His arms are 33 inches long. I ain't making fun of that guy. And he's 26. It's like 20 years younger than me. Fucking kill me. But if the Jets are going to do what we think they're going to do and take the little smiling kid, when he comes in the league, especially rookies, they pick a guy they like real quick. I'm going to this guy. And the tight end helps. And that's kind of the way these rookies develop. Look at Justin Herbert last year. 8 zillion yards, 30 touchdowns, I think. How many balls did Keenan Allen catch? 734? 35? Something like that? Yeah. Yeah, that's the way that works. So, what he has around him, Denzel Mims, Brashad Perriman, if he's still there, I'm not even sure. They went out and got this guy. He was a number 5 pick in 2017. Did not do well. Came back the next year, played a little better, and his average per catch has gone up every year. So he's another guy. Could be on the verge of a breakout. Last year, 65 catches, 984 yards, 15.1 yards per catch. It's not bad. 75 yarder he had. 5 touchdowns. Yeah, we can work on that. Excuse me. But it looks everything's gone up. The year 3 he went down a little bit, 43 for 601. He missed a game, and last year he missed 2 games. But he's still at almost 1,000 yards, 65 catches. Denzel Mims is your only guy that's out there looking for targets with you. The tight end position is probably going to be a target-friendly environment for a rookie quarterback coming in, so that'll take more targets away from him than any other wide receiver that I see on this team right now. That's just right now. We haven't even gotten to the draft yet. We're not even finished free agency yet. But I think this guy's on the way. Like last year was, we're making a move. And I think this year, now I'm not going to say that this guy's going to be top 10 wide receiver. I ain't saying that. But definitely a manageable wide receiver, somebody you can look at, especially if they go and draft this kid, maybe make some moves in the offseason that help this out. Offensive line is what I'm talking about there. This kid could be a guy, maybe gets you 1,000 yards, maybe gets you 6-7 touchdowns. Improves his numbers a little bit if he plays all 16 games. I'm not big on guys who don't play all 16 games. So that's my number 4 wide receiver. He could really make a difference on your team. Number 3, going with Jamal Williams. Now, what are you talking about? They got they got Swift over there. Yeah, I mean, he's got this. Jamal Williams has a size, 6 foot 213, 25 years old, young, come in. Yo, you want the job? You're 25, get in there. God, to be 25. You've got DeAndre Swift in there, who I think if he stays healthy, he'll be fine. That's the issue, though. He was a little banged up last year. That wasn't great. If he gets banged up again this year and becomes one of these guys who every year you got to deal with him getting hurt, Jamal Williams is 4.2 yards per carry last year. He's only got 500 carries in his career. He's still got tread on the tires. Not only that, PPR legend, All right, I'm pushing that a little bit. But 122 catches, nothing to sneeze at in 4 years in the league. Now, granted, you're playing with Aaron Rodgers over there. It's a much better offense. But you're averaging 4 yards a carry the last 2 years. You're looking good. You can catch the ball. He goes down. You're the number 1 guy in there. And he can win some games. Especially if nobody else on that team, they don't have Kenny Galladay anymore. Everybody else on that team's gone. Nobody else catching the ball. He's definitely going to be a PPR guy if he gets the chance to start. So my number 3, Jamal Williams. Number 2, Kenny Galladay. Speaking of, they've been trying to get a wide receiver over here for forever. And they figure, okay, we'll grab Kenny Galladay. We love grabbing these Lions wide receivers. At least this guy's not washed up now. Now, last year, 5 games, 20 receptions, 338 yards. Not great. The year before, though, 65 receptions, 1190 for 18.3 yards per catch and 11 touchdowns. That's making big plays out there. Now, you're going to have to catch more balls than that. And some of them are probably going to be of the shorter variety. But if you can get up to like 80, there's no reason why this guy can't catch for 1,300 yards and double-digit touchdowns. This guy is a guy that could be a top 10 wide receiver. Again, he was top 10 wide receiver in 2019. Last but not least, my guy for next year, and I always give a premium for running backs, Malcolm Brown going to Miami. I think he's got the front. He's in the driver's seat to run the ball in Miami, even if they do pick up a running back. He's only got 298 carries. He's got 1188 for his career, and he hits 4 yards per carry, and he has 11 touchdowns. So he knows how to get in the end zone. That's my number 1, Malcolm Brown. Running backs get a premium because we need running backs. I say that all the time. That's the show. Thank you for watching. So I came in a little late. Crazy day. But good luck in whatever you're doing. Just whatever.